time. Here in Nebraska, the legislature tabled a marijuana measure last session. Senator Tommy Garrett introduced a bill that would have legalized medical marijuana in oil and pill form. KMTV Action 3 News reporter Nick Starling sat down with the state senator to learn more about his new push to pass this bill in a story you'll see only on 3. Nick?
Jen, Senator Garrett went to Minnesota last week to check out how they are doing after their state legislators passed a very similar bill in July. Now, after seeing how it's working in Minnesota, Garrett hopes to tweak his bill in hopes of more support from other senators this go-around. Shelley Gillen is hoping the second effort to pass medical marijuana in Nebraska will be successful for her 13-year-old son Will, who suffers from epilepsy and seizures.
My son and others like him who are sick and suffering deserve compassion.
Gillen says medical marijuana could potentially help Will with his medical problems.
It would offer many different options for him because you can play around with all the different strains of the plant.
Senator Tommy Garrett introduced the Cannabis Compassion and Care Act last session, but pulled it after a contentious filibuster. Last week, Senator Garrett toured the medical facilities in Minnesota and says he was impressed at what he saw.
They got over 1,000 patients enrolled now, 400, 600 doctors, something on that order. Looked at their production facility and how they control it, and the questions we had in the legislature about the dosages and how they maintained the quality and everything. This is all, it was great.
But many senators are not on board.
My concern is that it sends a bad message, particularly to our young people. We try to tell them not to use drugs, and here we're going to legalize it for a certain purpose.
Senator Robert Hickelman says while he was open to the discussion of having medical marijuana legalized, he's not ready to vote for it.
After reviewing with people I trust in the medical profession, reading what I've read, I'm not ready to get on the bandwagon that we continue to have medical marijuana, or that we start medical marijuana in Nebraska.
Senator Garrett hopes time and education can change the minds of his fellow colleagues. He's certain this is the right thing to do.
I'm convinced in my heart of hearts in 5 years' time they're going to be calling this the new miracle drug.
Both Garrett and Gillen hope for a different outcome.
I would hope that there's more willingness and that they have educated themselves.
Senator Garrett says he feels good about introducing the bill this time around in January when the session starts, and he thinks there will be more support. Another way to get this legal in Nebraska is for a ballot initiative, but supporters say they just don't have the money to start that process. Reporting live in the News Center, Nick Starling, KMTV Action 3 News.
23 states and the District of Columbia have already legalized the use of medical marijuana. You can see these states marked in red. Only 4 states in D.C. have made recreational use legal: Colorado, Oregon, Washington, and Alaska.
An Indian reservation in Nebraska is considering the issue of legalizing